So guys, we're creating some new bot here, and this bot is going to perform some stuff that we're all going to love. So let's add some stop loss so that we can control or manage our finances well, and that is how to add a stop loss. That's how to add a stop loss to any bot. So these are things that I've learned through YouTube. I've learned through people whom I respect so much, and one day maybe I'll meet them in person and tell them I've become the person I am today because of them. Or you never know. I might never meet them. So we are adding our stop loss to the bot, and we also have to make sure it's working perfectly, because we can't give the public something that we are not sure of. So I will test on a virtual account, and that's why I'm using a virtual account, so that I'm sure of what. There's something else here. If do there's something here, yeah, that's now correct. Now we duplicate this so that it comes here. Then this, since this is for maximum loss, we also have to edit this. Stop loss amount hit. So we are notifying the person that they have hit their stop loss and they should stop trading. Whenever you hit a stop loss, you should get out of the market, come back later. So we have that. So then this, we also have to make sure that we allow our bot to trade once again in case of. Then it's always good to notify yourself of a win, so we can have some. This one has some notification sound, so we leave it that way. This one, it has that, and our martingale is going to be 4. Whenever you see anything like this, it means that the bot is going to buy this number in case it loses. The new stake after a loss is going to be this number here plus 1. That's why it's absolute, so it will be a 1. So if you want a martingale of 2, you write here 1, it will add 1 by default. This is different from the other ways of adding a martingale. So we have our board looking like this. It has RSI, it has taunt, which is simple moving average. So we do this, and for this particular bot, I'm going to run some tests, and let's say we use a smaller figure, a considerate figure of, let's say 2, sorry, 2 net instead of 10. And we have this on top here. So our maximum acceptable loss is $20, and you are targeting 50. Now this bot works for both for up and down, high and low, and you can understand on synthetic indices, up and down has two chances: rise and fall. Rise and fall is basically the buying, the rise and fall of the prices. Now high and low is a bit different, and that one gives you a chance to control the percentages of how much you earn. For rise and fall, it's always about 95%, but high and lower, you always have control of how much percentage you want to earn, and that will be determined by the barrier here, and I will show you. So I had run this bot, and sorry, I had run this bot before, and it went for 15 runs without any loss. 15 runs without any loss, and we had our $53. So I want, let's assume this person has a smaller account, and when you have a smaller account, you don't risk this much. You don't risk this much. Remember, this is a virtual account, so you can do whatever you want, but I always recommend do something that appears to be practical, because this account has around 10,000 US dollar, almost 11,000 US dollars, and it's a virtual account. If it was a real account, it's fine. If you have $11,000, which is almost 1.3 million Kenya shillings, fine, go ahead and stake even $50 here. But you see, most people trade with a small amount because that's what they can afford to trade with. And in trading or in any investment, they say you risk what you can afford to lose. So if you can only afford to lose $50, then that's what you deposit in your account as your trading equity. Then from there, you stake 0.35, 0.5, or $1. You don't have to stake too high. Rather stay in the market too long than trying to hit the market the hard way and you end up losing everything. So this is what you're going to do. I'm going to clear this summary. Then we're going to start afresh from as if we've not traded before. Then as we proceed, I will also show you how to increase your payout, because this payout is going to pay you around 33%, almost there, 33 37% somewhere there. And the bot has some good analysis, so let's go. We're going to run this bot to make sure that all the tests are good. Okay, let me also give you the where you can see the graph. And this is why I like trading using a laptop, because you can be able to see the graph and the statement at the same time. Can be able to do that at the same time. So let's see how this is going to behave. Our target is $50, and this is one of the bots I made when I was starting this business, when around like 10 months ago, 10, yeah, almost 10 months ago. And I've lived to look for it because it was lost in my files in my hard drives, so I had to try and find it. Now finally I have it, and I want to test it to see if it's still working the way it used to be. You see it's doing some analysis, and if we go back to our bot here, our setup here, define your trade type. It's only going to work on lower, meaning on the put. This bot is not working for both. Yes, you can have both here. You can have both higher or lower, but in this case, just decided that I want to go for put, and the setup is just for put alone. That meaning call is not being worked on it. If anything comes as a call, you're going to lose. So it takes some time before the bot starts running. Oh, sorry, starts buying or doing something, because it's still doing analysis in the background, which we cannot see. But definitely we're going to have it. So you can always add something to notify us that something is happening in the background, so that you don't sit there and say this bot maybe it's not doing anything. We can collapse this block so that we have a smaller, we can realign them. You can see this other side, the bot is still doing analysis, so that once it hits the market, we go hard on it. Go hard on it. So let's check. Let's check. We can go back and wait. It takes some time with this bot for it to start, but good enough. You can see it's making some analysis on this side. so that it gets you the right outcome, because we only wish for wins. So let's give it some time. Let's give it some time as it works its way out. So if you're trading with these bots, you don't have to be impatient. Because some people, you click run or play, let's call it this part here, run, and you expect the bot to immediately start. Yeah, there are those bots that are designed to do that immediately, but there are those like this one that will take you a few minutes to start running, to start actually doing the trades, the buying, the selling. So I'd rather the bot takes the longest time possible, but when it starts, I'm only seeing wins. Yeah, I should only be seeing wins. So I think let me check if there's anything we need to work on before, because that appears strange, especially on this first block. The first block is okay, doesn't have much that we need to do. But the analysis, yeah, we've started. Now you can see here it has already bought. If we go back here, let's have the graph. We have the graph here, and we have our summary here. Now, after it makes the first purchase, the bot runs faster. This bot takes you around 30 seconds. And the only time it takes too much time, I was also wondering why, is the first purchase. After the first purchase, the bot moves a little bit faster. You can see between these, let's we will check the timings. And this is a virtual account, guys. So I've decided to make tests on a virtual account before I do any runs on a real account, because I don't want to guess. It has been almost 10 months from I created this bot in January. So we are in November. So we are in yeah, October. Those are almost 8 months, 8 or 9 months around there, not using the bot. So that means there could be some changes, but I decided as I test it, I also share with you so that you can see the changes. And then when I realize there's something I need to upgrade, I will definitely do that and share with you still, so that you see when updated how a bot will work. Now, when it makes a loss, it also takes some time. Also takes some time, just the way it took time in the first instance. Now, our martingale is 4. Our martingale is 4. So when you lose 2, you buy 8. When you lose 8, you buy 32. And that's not an amount people can afford to. So that's why I always say stay low, and stay in the market longer, so that you can hit those goals. Now, between here, still in the same time frame, 10:30, just 9 seconds later. But when we lost, it took around a minute and some time to do the analysis. So the bot really takes uh, time to make sure that you win. And you can see here, we've recovered our lost two, and we have 0.87 on top as profit. So you are not lagging behind. Now that martingale could be a bit high for some people, but since the bot doesn't lose too much, it's better you have that kind of a martingale. Then you recover what is lost and you proceed as if you didn't lose anything. So let's proceed. Let's Our target is $50. Our stop loss is $20. And we are staking 2, which is a little bit high for a $50 account. But let's see if you're going to hit our goal and how much time you're going to spend. I'll record this video to the end. So if you're watching, make sure you have enough data or you're using Wi-Fi so that you don't skip those moments when the bot maybe has made two consecutive losses. That's what I'm also going to check. This bot is designed to make at most two consecutive losses, and that means your account is safe. Your account is going to be safe. You won't have to blow your account, but always remember to stake an amount based on how much you have in your account. Don't stake too high, don't stake too low. Yeah. Now, if you see that the bot is losing almost close to each other and you are trading in a real account, that's always time to exit the market. You can check, you give it one more time to recover what is lost, then you exit. Recover one more time, then you exit the market, because sometimes we tend to stay in the market for too long. You've made some money, maybe your target here was the way you have $50, but you see this kind of losses that come just immediately after the other. You find that they become very, very tasking. You will have to stay in the market for too long, and chances of losing your cash become very high. So, what you do when you see this kind of trend that you're making some money, you're losing, then you recover, you lose. When you recover this, you can always exit the market. But remember, this is a virtual account, and I'm doing real time tests so that we see how much effort are we going to make to hit our $50 target. But now, in this kind of if you are staking this low, $2, and you can see the payout is 0.72. Now you look at for you to make $50, how much time do you need? So you always calculate. For example, let's use our calculator here so that you can see how much time you will need. So we need to make uh, 50 $50. But for every successful run, sorry, not 550, should be something. $50. So we are looking at dividing how much you're making. 0.72. How many runs are those going to be? Successful runs around 69 runs. Now we also factor in chances of losses along the way. So we say we are not going to lose much. We're going to just lose a few times. Maybe let's give it like 10 times. So we have around, I assume this is 70. So close to 85 runs. Now, 85 runs. Now here we are. The bot has really synchronized into the timings. Here we lost twice, and I told you maximum number of losses should be two, and we recovered 11. 11 was able to recover. This is the lost amount here is 10. So 11 means we've recovered our 10, and we have $1.5. So it's like we've not lost at all. In fact, we have this times two as profit. So we are moving. So at least right now, I know the bot now has really synchronized into the system, and you can see the speed with which it's buying and selling. I hope this could just go away a little. Oh, still, we can move this one here. So exactly. So that will you can see here. Now between here, it took a few seconds. We were out 36. In this 36 minutes, we made like three trades. This happened after 2 minutes, and you can see now the bot has really picked momentum and it's moving so fast. This 38 minutes You can see we already have this at 7 3 trades. So we are going to have around 90 runs, around the 90 runs, close to. But I will keep this bot running until we have our 50 goal, $50 goal. And all I wish is that you can watch the full video and see what happens. Don't skip anything because you might skip a place where we have had more than two losses. It's designed to go for one loss. One is acceptable, but things do happen. If the things do happen, now we accept. So we try and see where it's going to misbehave more than we expect. Les Brown says we should expect the unthinkable, the unexpectable. What if the unexpected happens? What will you do? So uh, we go ahead and see. So far, we have 15 runs and we have close to $6, 6 point something dollars. So we let it run and see how much of our time it's going to cost. But you know, when you're staking $2 and you have this kind of a bot, somehow you are confident that you're going to hit your goal and everything is going to be fine. So this kind of close losses, they'll be there. Should not panic as long as they are not consecutive. You know, when they are consecutive, that's when you're going to blow your account. But if you're recovering and moving forward, to me, I feel that's still okay. But they should not be too much. This rate at which you are losing, it's not good. It's not bad. It's average. But we have it $7. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how this turns out. Now we are hitting the market running. You can see in 1410 around 1040, 1040, 1042 we have 3 runs. So especially when the bot realizes it's going to hit a win, it buys so fast. When there are chances of losing, it takes time to try and analyze longer to make sure that you have the right outcome. So let's give it some time. You can see this is a third losses of 20. This is a third. This is around 66% win rate, almost 67% win rate as at now. But we still hold on until we have our goal. Now, when you've made some money like this $12, and this other side, our stop loss is $20. It means we've raised our stop loss to $32. To $32. That's what it means. We've raised our stop because before you hit this 20, you must deplete the amount you've made. Then this should be the new negative 20 somewhere here. So we've raised our stop loss already to 32. For those who understand, you understand. If you don't understand, you can always ask in the comment section or anywhere else. I'll make sure I answer all your questions. I will also leave my WhatsApp number. I also have my WhatsApp so that you can see this is one of the finest bots around. Once this video is done, I'm going to run the bot on a real account and still share with you how the outcome goes for both. And a real account and virtual account, to me, I believe they work the same because it's under the same system. But most people always feel maybe you can make so much money in a virtual account compared to a real account, which is not true. There are factors that you need to look at. One, we call it the balance in those accounts. The balances in those accounts are never the same. Number two, emotions, emotional attachment to the trades. Now, that one is another factor because when you're on a virtual account, however much you lose, you don't feel anything because that's not your money. Now, we've said this bot loses twice. Let's see. Let's check. We've hit our stop loss. Unfortunately, we've hit our stop loss, and that's it. Now, that's the first time we had a small, we've hit our stop loss. That's the first time we've hit our stop loss. And guys, that's not a good sign at all, but we can always go back to the into the market and do something. So let's see. Okay. Let's see what happens. See what happens. Mhm. So we were testing our stop loss, which you've seen works. You're done with that session. We can stop our bot maybe.